Greetings, YouTubers of the verse. This is Arndelft. So I just posted a review of this trailer yesterday and a breakdown of it. And one of the things that I said in that trailer was I didn't understand why they were going back and yet again reviewing the past. You know, something that happened while War was imprisoned and whatnot. And then it came to me, one, during that video, that it was a safe bet for them to go back and retread those pasts, that instead of just trying to dive further into the future and possibly just taking off a lot of fans and whatnot, getting the lore back in revival and getting people talking about the game again so they could get a feel for the community. All good ideas, if that's what they were thinking. But the second thing that occurred to me that they might be doing, and I hope that they are, because one, that would guarantee another game, and two, it's an awesome concept, is that they are going and reviewing what all the writers were doing while War was imprisoned, because none of them would have been wanted to be sitting idle. None of them would be really just sitting there going, "Oh well, sucks to be War." No, they were a close-knit family. They slaughtered their own, and once again, spoiler alert for Darksiders 1 and 2 and all that funky jazz. They had slaughtered all their own kin. I mean, I always wonder what those cutscenes were in the beginning of Darksiders 1, where it showed War cleaving people and whatnot. It was more than very likely that were images of him killing his own kin. And Death harvested their souls after that. That's what he used to bring mankind back at the end of number 2. But so this would cover what Fury was doing while War was imprisoned, and what she was doing to help probably try and free him. In my opinion, that's exactly what she would be doing. That's why she would have agreed to have done this, was for her part at least, to try and help get War free. And the possibility of this being fact is guaranteeing another game, because also we'd have the last one, Strife. We would then have to go and see what Strife was doing during this whole timeline. And also, this is the curiosity. In number 2, Death ends up being given a pistol that when he looks at it, he says, "I know this pistol. It belongs to my brother Strife. How did you get it?" And the maker that gave it to him did not know how it came into their possession. And it just makes me wonder what was going on with Strife, and how did his pistol end up on the the maker's world? How did it get there? So I myself am terribly curious to figure out how that happened, and I'd love for them to create a game about Strife and for them to explain that. That would be a really awesome concept. My main critique on this thus far is to seriously lower Fury's arrogance level. I would expect her to be a weathered warrior who would define that Fury. And she doesn't have to be cold. Not necessarily. She can still be that furiously brimming cauldron. But the arrogance that she expresses here is just, no, it isn't good. I hate it. One example of what I would depict her a little bit more like is the Demon Hunter from Diablo 3. When I first watched that trailer for the Demon Hunter, that's definitely a little bit more like what I would think of as Fury in her attitude. Not as reserved as the Demon Hunter was, because that Demon Hunter was cold and she was reserved. Viciously ferocious as she was. I would expect Fury to be a little bit more outgoing than her, but not this arrogant, flimsy, like, doesn't really care sort of thing. Especially not caring about her brother, unless that was an act she put on for the sake of the Council. But I figure the Council would also know how much she cared for War. I don't know. At this point, I really just don't know what direction they're going with this in. But in any case, if I'm right, they've got some really cool ideas pumping, and I'd love to see where they go with this. But in any case, feedback would be appreciated. What do you think? Am I right about any of this? Is that possibly where they're going? Do you think it's an awesome idea? Yay, nay? Let me know. Comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, please tell me why. And if you're new to this channel, there I go again, channel. If you're new to this channel and genuinely enjoy this content, please subscribe. In any case, don't get into too much trouble, or do. It's always up to you. Toodles.